Hey, my friends. Welcome to this week's Banding Together Midweek Minute. So we're in the midst of a series called Reset, a life reset process for you and for me and ultimately for our church. We're 2 weeks into this series. The first step in the life reset process that we're investigating right now had to do with calling a halt in our lives, actually slowing down long enough to get off the treadmill, to get out of the rat race, to long enough to take a look at our life. And then this past weekend we talked about when we do call a halt, when we do stop long enough to look at our life, what do we do then? Well, that involves taking a look at where we want our life to be, kind of the target of our life, and then where we have allowed our lives to get to, and kind of looking at the distance between those two things. And I shared with us that requires clarity about where we want our lives to be. And as Christian people, we kind of look to Jesus as the target for our lives. And then that also requires being honest about where we have allowed our lives to get to. We need to be sometimes brutally honest with ourselves about the things that we have allowed to kind of distract us from that target, from getting to where we want our lives to be. And we talked about the fact that whenever we are honest with our lives, God always meets us with forgiveness and mercy and grace. Anything like shame and guilt and fear, when we are honest with ourselves, those are always tools of the evil one. That's not what God meets us with when we are honest with our lives. So I hope that you are taking a little bit of time to think about that. What is the target of your life? And where is your life right now? Being honest about that. As we look ahead to this coming week, and we're going to talk about how do we close the gap between the target of our life and where we have allowed our lives to become. How do we get back on track toward getting toward that target? What are the patterns that we need to reestablish in our lives to get us back on track? I hope that you'll join us as we gather again for worship this coming weekend. And as always, keep looking up. And I'll see you later.